Okay, everybody, hey, it's Techie here, bringing you the Black Ops 3 trailer breakdown. Just in case you missed something in the trailer, I'm just going to go over some of the things that I noticed that stuck out to me. So let's go back a little bit. Let's go back to the beginning here. So the first thing in the very beginning, it's not that important, but in the upper left right here, the buildings you see, they really remind me of something from Judge Dredd, the movie, if you've seen that movie at all. Just the way they're constructed and that bridgeway across, it looks kind of cool. I mean, and then you see the drones flying around behind it. And then in the upper left, there's some drones as well. And then probably that's our main character right there in the front with the robotic arms. You see a dying robot in the foreground too. Someone's about to shoot him. But that's all for that one. And right here you get a little bit of a better look at his gun. It kind of looks like an AK of some sort. Not sure if it's going to be just the 47 or some future version of the AK. But you can see he's got his a sidearm on his back. A better look at his robotic arm. He's got some canisters. Looks like some sort of like flashbangs or stuns or something like that on his belt. But we'll get and then you can see in the upper left too, there's the robot thing with the 4 legs. It looks like just the bottom part, but we'll get a better look at him later. There we go, moving along. Treyarch, that's right, baby, best Call of Duty company there is. So here we go. Right here, we get a pretty good look. There's this dude who looks completely human, no robotic limbs or anything, and our main dude in the background with a robotic arm. So not everyone is going to be a cyborg. And then you see this huge missile launcher thing. We'll actually get to see this fired later on in the trailer. But that thing looks like it can do some heavy damage. And then some poor design, it looks like on the truck. If you notice right there, it looks like an explosive tank or something. It looks like it has like a little warning and like a hit marker symbol. But that's some poor design. It looks like if you shoot that, the whole thing's going to blow up. But that's about it for that. Weapons don't have instincts. Right here, we got this guy who's all robot. Another dude in the background who's all human. And then he's got some type of LMG or something. Not sure. But in his backpack too, you can see it looks pretty fancy. It looks like it might be related to some sort of kill streak or some. It looks too detailed to be not important. So I'm not sure what that is, but that looks important to some point.
Weapons don't have loyalty.
Weapons don't have judgment.
Weapons don't have judgment.
Now right here you can see robotic legs. He's got robotic legs. So if you remember the teaser trailer, it looks like in the background they have robotic legs too. But in the teaser trailer there was the Olympic athlete with robotic legs that won like the gold medal or something. So I think this is going to be like super speed or probably involved with the wall running, which we'll get to later. So that's pretty cool. There's another look at the robotic arm. Whoop. So now this guy, it's hard to see right there. I'll pause it right there. But he's got a big old dagger in his hand, in his robotic hand. So hopefully throwing knives are back. I doubt they would take those out. Those are always awesome, fun to play with. So the big old dagger right there. And then we go along here, some chick from Storyline, some people from Storyline, underwater gameplay. And now we're actually shooting underwater, which is pretty awesome. So expect some gunfights underwater. I know there was water involved in like multiplayer with MW3 and Advanced Warfare, but you couldn't shoot. It was pretty much pointless. I mean, who goes underwater in those games? But if they actually involve water where you can go and shoot and actually play underwater, that'd be kind of cool. But I think this part right here is taken from the multiplayer aspect, because the dude he's shooting right here, you can see he has a hoodie on, and that just doesn't seem very useful in campaign or whatever. Like why would you be wearing a hoodie while swimming underwater? So I think this is part of like the player customization in multiplayer. So that's kind of cool to see. We'll get a better look at the hoodie later on. But let's go along here. Now this part coming up is pretty cool. Now he busts out of the water, pulls out a minigun, Oh, he doesn't pull it out. He transforms his arm into a minigun, which is pretty amazing. So that's pretty awesome. And then right here, it looks like using the arm again. The arms are going to be doing a whole lot of different stuff in this game. So it looks like he's unleashing a bunch of nanobot drones that seem to like incinerate his enemies. So that's kind of cool. I mean, I have a theory that this might kind of replace the flamethrower weapon. So we might see just more of these nanobot drone things used instead of a flamethrower weapon or something like that. And then if I'm going to scroll back here a little bit, because I passed over something, but you can see just for a quick second, he's got this sniper. It looks pretty dope. I don't have a whole lot more to say about that than it looks pretty awesome. The barrel looks, I don't know, it just looks cool. It almost looks like something from like Destiny or something, but that's about it for that. Let's move along here a little bit.
Soldier.
And hey, look at that, the slide is back. So I think this is going to replace the dolphin diving, which I wasn't a huge fan of because it was almost always pointless to use the dolphin dive. But the sliding is such a more effective way of getting around and just maneuvering in general. I'm not sure what kind of weapon he has right here. Maybe like a shotgun of some sort. He's got something on his back, I think, too, that has a silencer. Maybe, I don't know. But it's moving along. Okay, so right here, this is what we saw earlier floating around in the sky. We saw the bottom half in the sky, but now we get to see the whole thing right here. Now, this looks like some futuristic replacement of the tank. I mean, it is massive. It is massive. Look at the little people right next to the leg right there. So this thing, I don't know, let's say that dude is 6 feet tall. So this thing is probably at least 20 feet tall, probably taller than that. And then it's got missile launchers on it. I really hope this is just single player related, because I would not want to fight this thing in multiplayer at all. I mean, just how massive this thing is and how much of the map it would take up. So that thing looks pretty cool. Let's move along a little bit. Let's see, where we go. So hey, here's the hoodie person is back. So this looks like single player stuff, but I'm pretty sure you'll be able to customize your multiplayer person to have the hoodie. She's running along. She's got that dagger, and she's also got a sniper. I'm not sure if it's the same sniper we saw earlier, but she's also got that sniper on her back. And then the dude on the right here. Now his gun, I really have no idea what kind of gun this is. This just looks crazy in all sorts of ways. That attachment at the end, I think that's an attachment. It doesn't look like a suppressor. I don't know, but maybe it is. But it just looks like a crazy weapon altogether. So let's move along here. Now this part, okay, this is one of my favorite parts of the trailer. It's very fast, but you can see the dude in the bottom right, his leg got blown off. And like, if you remember, World at War was one of the most brutal games just because the limbs went flying around. I think they're bringing that back now. Just teasing it right here. You can see now in the upper left, you see someone's forearm flying around. And then we get to see, oh, this poor guy, both his legs are gone and his forearm is gone. He's having a bad day. Poor guy. Okay, now this guy, I think he's from the single player as well. But I think it still shows some of the customization you'll be able to use in multiplayer. But he looks to be all human, which is kind of cool. I mean, he's got a bunch of future like helmet and backpack. Maybe he's the comms guy. It looks like he's using the AK type of thing as well. But that tank thing, that futuristic tank thing, is in the background as well. So maybe those aren't just enemies or something. Maybe both sides are using them, or maybe they hacked one. So they're not only bad guys, it looks like. So let's go along here. Now here we go. We got a robot. He's shooting up a robot. So I think this is gonna split a lot of people on whether they're excited or not for the game. Because this robot, I'm curious if this is gonna be like if they're sentient and they're like part of the main bad guys, or if they're just programmed to fight and they're just killing like robots. Like, are they aware of what they're doing, and are they trying to take over like something from Terminator or something, or are they just fighting in the war because that's what they're programmed to do? So I guess we'll find that out later. So he's lighting up that robot there. We got explosions. Nice little action slide to take out the futuristic tank. Okay, here we go. This is the missile launcher that we saw in the beginning on the back of that truck. Now it looks pretty sweet. You can see it looks like he shot it a few seconds before we get to see, and he tagged it under the guy on the right, on that car right there. And it looks like it's manually detonated because you can see his thumb press that button and then just things explode. So it looks like a manually detonated sticky missile launcher of some sort. But I think he's on the back of the truck right now doing that. And you can see that guy's limbs are flying. Some more brutality right there, which is pretty awesome. And you can also see, before I shoot, you can see some flying drones in the background as well. So they're not just going to be background. There's possibly kill streaks or something. But there's enemy drones in the background right there. So moving along. And now right here we can see some super strength being used. So this is kind of cool. I mean, I like in Advanced Warfare, the exoskeleton gave you like a super strength. So when you like meleeed someone, the physics were great. It just sent someone flying half the time, which is awesome. So super strength is cool. Not sure how it's gonna incorporate into the whole game yet. Right here we got a close pistol shot. I do not know what kind of pistol that is, but it looks cool, right? And that dude's helmet looks pretty awesome too in the background. But that's about all I got for that.
How far can we push technology?
I could not foresee this.
Okay, so this part, this is kind of speculation. You can see the number 6 is on his chest right here. If I went back before to the guy sitting down, who is all human with a robot tank in the background, he had a number 3 on his person. So I don't know if this is like a squad and they all have numbers assigned to them, kind of like something from Halo Reach. But I don't know, maybe they're all connected somehow. I mean, I'm sure they are in one way or another, but nothing too big right there. We got tragic moonlight scene, and they say before it starts pushing back, so maybe the cybernetic stuff is getting hacked inside of their person, and like they're having trouble controlling their limbs or something. I don't know. Now this part, this is okay. I think this guy sitting in the foreground, I think this is the unmarked man that everyone's been talking about. That's been on Twitter. Because he just has that same look. He has the same look to him. Just a regular dude. He's bald, obviously. He's got the white jacket, kind of like Hudson, who looks similar to Hudson. Maybe he is Hudson, but he definitely looks like the unmarked man that has been in all the Twitter hype going around. But it looks, I'm not sure what's going on in this scene, just because he's raising his gun toward him, but he looks like he's at an awkward angle. It looks like he's bending his back or something. I really do not know what is going on here. It's very strange to see. So let's go just forward a few frames, and we got some body bags here. Is this zombies related? Is the single player going to tie into zombies? Is this going to be like the end of a trilogy that creates zombies or something? I don't know. But very gruesome. He's got all these body bags. And now right here we got a quick glimpse. There's a nasty looking corpse right here, which is gross. We get to see 2 different angles. Very short. This is only 2 frames. This one right here. So definitely a sneaky part of the trailer. Yeah, I'm not sure. It's pretty gross. So maybe part of Salim. Maybe it has to do with Dr. Salim and his experiments. But that's pretty gross. Get one more shot of the pointing of the gun. And then I like this part. I just like his face. That yellow. I took a little screenshot of that. Okay, moving along though. Wall running. We got some wall running, baby. Nice. Okay, and it looks like he's using his shotty. Got a shotgun right there. Takes the dude out while wall running. So that's pretty cool. You get to shoot while you're wall running. And then he comes down here. And this, okay, that dude that he just shot, that kind of looks like an all robot right there. Like he just took down all robot. And this looks like a multiplayer gameplay as well. It does not look like it would be from the single player. Just the way that it looks, yeah, basically. So maybe you can be a robot in multiplayer with your custom character design. You can be a human, you can be a cyborg, you can be a robot. That wouldn't bother me too much, as long as like all the abilities are still available to all the characters. So maybe I'm not sure. What do you guys think about being a robot? Does that kind of turn you off to the look and feel of Black Ops 3? But let's go move along here. Got a nice sniper shot. He's shooting the robot. That super punch is pretty awesome. So that's kind of like the melee from Advanced Warfare. We got the super punch, which is pretty awesome. But he goes flying pretty far, and that's a big robot. Not sure what gun this is. It kind of looks like a FAMAS in my opinion. I don't know. I'm not the best when it comes to recognizing different types of weapons. But it kind of looks like a FAMAS. So following along here. Robots explode. Now here we go. I think this is double jump right here. This is proof of double jump. So it looks like that person gets at the end of their jump right there, and then they turn on their thruster pack. Boom. Double jump onto that building. So I like the double jump. I love the verticality in Advanced Warfare. I think it opens for so many opportunities of evolving the gameplay instead of reverting back to just horizontal gameplay. I love the getting on top of buildings and stuff. It's great. In my opinion, I loved it. I know a lot of people were unhappy with it, but the same character kind of looks like the gun that we just looked at earlier, which looked like a FAMAS in my opinion. But it looks cool. I like it. But then, let's see here. Now this part is pretty cool. Now this looks like a drone is going by. Where I'm not sure if this is a single player or a multiplayer, but we'll see what happens, because then they take control of this drone. I don't know if this is an enemy drone, then they're hacking it, or if it's just a random drone that they're taking control of, or if it's their own drone or a teammate drone or something. But they take control of it, and it's just going to destroy everything that it sees. Okay, we got a nice one-shot revolver here, which is pretty dope. Killing someone who's double jumping in the air. Get down, son. And it looks like a nice explosion to the actual round as well, which looks great. And then moving along, this thing. Okay, we might have the maps that change as we play them. Similar, like, I mean, we have this already, so it's not a huge surprise or anything. Maps that change like halfway through, or something happens halfway through. So not a huge, nothing huge there. Now this part, this is interesting. I do not know what is going on here. This guy is going Hulk smash. He's got two like green glowing rods, but we don't see what actually happens. He's gonna smash them into the ground, or maybe into a robot of some sort. Maybe they're EMPs of some sort, but yeah, it flashes and it cuts straight to a building exploding. So we don't know what those do yet. So I guess hopefully we'll see sooner rather than later. So there we go. There we go. Bow and arrow. The bow and arrow. The bow and arrows are definitely one of my favorite weapons in just any game. Doesn't have to be Call of Duty. The crossbow, but I just like bow and arrows, because they're great. And this one, okay, he sticks them and then they explode, which is great. So they're basically like the crossbow, but they're bow and arrow now, and they explode, which is great. So let's see, 126. Now this looks like a cool kill streak right here. This thing is gonna be. It just looks so deadly. It's like a rolling ball with saw blades and stuff on it. And this poor guy. I mean, I think it might replace the RCXD. It definitely looks more threatening, more menacing than the RCXD. This guy had the worst day of his life. He's like, what the hell is going on? But he gets ramped up there. Look at that thing, starts ramping up the back of his body. So that looks pretty cool. Here we go. Some more super punching. This poor dude is wearing the Oculus Rift, but he gets punched as well. The poor dude. And there we go. Black Ops 3, baby. And it's going to be released on Wait for it. 11/6/15. So November 6th, 2015. Make sure to schedule that day off. Hey, we got zombies back. Zombies are back too. And it looks like we're going back to regular. We're not going exo zombies or anything. So they ripped a wooden plank off a window or something. So it's gonna have that Black Ops. It's gonna have that Treyarch zombies feel to it, which is pretty awesome. And pre-order to get that beta access. And it's only next gen is gonna pre-order to get the beta access. But when it comes out, it's probably gonna be on all the platforms. You can see at the bottom there it says actual platform availability and launch dates to be determined. Now, launch dates to be determined, I mean, they already told us what day it's going to come out. So the actual platform availability, it'll probably be all of them. I mean, they want to make money, so they're going to let everyone who can buy it. But that's about it. I hope you enjoyed this breakdown. If you want to know more Call of Duty news and Black Ops 3 news, stay subscribed to Nerdgasm, and we'll see you guys later. Peace.